DIYers, we don't do stories often about artists like a Baby Chief Dewitt, but we recently talked about him because he was a XXL freshman. I don't know if you heard, but this 17-year-old artist coming up out of Chicago, which, let me say this before I get into this video. I want to see any young dude, especially young black dude, win in an industry that was not made for any of us to win, to be the biggest winners. Let me say that before I get into this. But there's a teaching moment here that I think is really interesting because people are frustrated. At an interview that he had recently here on Power 105.1, where he talks about using ChatGPT to write his lyrics. I probably won't be refreshing your memory because most of the folks in here don't watch streamers like Rakai, but he was on a stream with a very popular streamer named Rakai, and they were recording a song together. During the song, he showed Rakai a cheat code of his when writing songs. You want to know what that cheat code is? It may sound familiar. Look at this.
Right here for all motherfuckers who want to be rappers on beat, you gotta look up what rhymes with woo gonna be. All the words that rhyme gonna be. That shit gonna be the everybody do that shit.
For those who don't recognize the website that he's referring to, this is a website called Rhyme Zone.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Which in its own is not a bad thing. It's great to check resources when writing your lyrics. You want to be able to go to your dictionary, go to your rhyming dictionary if you need to, but you want to make sure that it's not the one writing your actual verse. You want to make sure that it's something that you lean towards as a resource, but never you want that to be your personality. I'll tell you this, there used to be a time back in my day where you come in the studio and they see you got a Rhyme Zone open or a rhyming dictionary, they're looking at you like you're illiterate. But times have changed. People are embracing, even like lyricists like shout out my guy Mick Jenkins. He said this in a video that was posted on Instagram with me and King Green talking about Rhyme Zone. He says sometimes he'll use it as a reference. He's one of the greatest writers of our time. If he says it's a use for it, why the hell not? But talking about a rhyming dictionary being a cheat code is a bit concerning. This happened a few months ago. Let's continue.
Bitch, you ain't tell me that.
Motherfucker, your shit was, you already wrote your shit.
Rakai looks at him and says, bitch, you didn't tell me that? As if the discovery of a rhyming dictionary or a rhyming website dictionary is very known. Which is why when I saw that clip, I was not surprised to see this clip that's been going viral of him discussing, first of all, a lyric that he didn't know he wrote. He's 17. Give him a chance. But he's talking about, or he admits to using ChatGPT to write his recent verses. This is a XXL freshman, by the way. It's the only reason all this attention is on him like this. Continue, sir.
Man, you posted something the other day that I thought was really dope. You said just because you got enough money to buy it don't mean you can afford it. I think that type of mindset.
What's that?
Yeah.
When I do that?
He like, I post that? Where's this man's team at? Where's this young dude's team at? What they over there doing? I posted that? It might have been a social media manager. Who knows?
These niggas just be making shit down here.
What the fuck I say that? Wait. What I say?
You said just because you can buy it don't mean you can afford it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
man.
agree. I see. That's some shit I say.
Hey, that's some shit. Yo, these little niggas.
Nah, for real. That's real shit.
You don't even remember. You be motivating people you don't even remember.
I ain't gonna lie, I just be having shit on my to get off my chest, you feel me?
ChatGPT probably wrote that for you.
Bullshit. I just downloaded that 2 days ago. I didn't know that shit
Really?
worked so well. I've been using that shit to write my lyrics. Real shit.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I don't know why this is relevant, but I'm going to push this too.
I don't know how to hog tie people. What would I hog tie?
So not only is he using ChatGPT to write lyrics, but he just boldly said that as if that's a very normal thing. He's 17. Look, wise man's next to him looking like he in detention. It's a whole interview. He had to work right now. He's 17, but I know every generation has a different type of focus and things, but I'm trying to find the silver lining here. That ChatGPT should not be writing lyrics. I firmly believe ChatGPT can't tell your story. At the very least, it can't tell your story. It can only copy the things that it's seen before and continue.
Word, ChatGPT?
Hell yeah, that shit work.
How do you use it to write your letter? Like you type.
I love how he's talking about these things like Rhyme Zone and ChatGPT, like it had to go through approval process. No, that shit worked. Anybody that was out there doubting it, that shit worked. I'm telling you right now. Oh, brother. Come on, man.
What you wanted to say?
What I did was I wrote down 4 bars and I said, write me a song. And then it said, give me a start me off, some shit like that. And bro, I started him off, whatever the fuck it is.
I'm encouraged by the youth definitely embracing technology. I think there's a silver lining somewhere there. But going back to that conversation about the push for anti-intellectualism, the push against hip hop having critical thinking, this is all I can think about. And I feel like you cannot tell this story without thinking about the popular artists, the popular rappers specifically, who this art form is known for. Hey, write your shit. Tell your story. I can't help but think of the most popular artists that have excused ghostwriting and the fans who have looked past it. But, I imagine if he's saying it this confidently, imagine all the artists that have been doing it that haven't said a damn thing about it. Continue.
That shit, it wrote some shit. Now, I ain't use it, exactly how it was written, but it was some, some shit that I could pull out of.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was cool.
So how does it work? Do you give it writing credits then?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so, no. That shit was right though.
Yeah.
I never actually used AI before, like, until then.
What made you want to do it? Like, you just curious?
I had posted on my notes one night. I was bored as hell. And I was like, who want to write my next song? And then this girl had replied to him, like, I would have just used ChatGPT. So I downloaded that shit.
Just a random girl. It's a random girl that was like when did writing lyrics become homework? At what point did writing lyrics become homework? Like, this feels it feels like the Twilight Zone right now. I have never felt older than listening to this right now. When did writing lyrics become homework? That sounds like a response somebody will give you and you're like, damn, this homework is kicking my ass. Why? What happened? It's just frustrated me. Shit, I would have used ChatGPT, to be honest with you. And I'm not excusing that for, not doing your research and thinking and your critical thinking, but damn it, we're getting to a place now that is very scary. It is very scary because as we're sitting here now in this resurgence, this exciting time right now where some of the best writers are being celebrated, those producers that have seen what music theory can do for you in your career and have pushed the limits of their craft, are succeeding, are thriving. This is the next generation that comes up. Suno's next employee, yeah, they for sure be like, oh, you like this? But Curtis, words are hard. But y'all, this is I never thought we'd get to this day.
Oh, bro, and that shit is cold.
Yeah.
That shit's scary though. Like that, all that AI shit.
No, it is. It's definitely scary. It's going to change a lot. But to your point, I think it's better.
Ironically, the message on this T-shirt says it all, don't it?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Pray for him. Pray for him. Pray for him. This wouldn't be such a big deal, I don't think, if this wasn't an artist that was just amplified by a platform like XXL, which speaks to hip hop on a higher level. I'm going to keep banging it over the head. This wouldn't be as such a big deal if it wasn't because of the amplification of being a freshman on the XXL freshman list. Now, I know the inner politics that goes behind it, or I think I know the inner politics that goes behind that. But damn it, when I think of artists like Lareezy that are out here, They're well worth the celebration. Oh man, this is interesting.
To get behind it and understand how it's functioning, then be left behind.
No, for
You
sure.
know, because a lot of people frowned against it in any industry. They like, man, fuck that shit. And then that's when you become dinosaurs, you know. And then next thing you know, the world has elevated, and your dumb ass is left behind because you trying to keep to the normal, the standard shit that you're used to.
To his point, though, what does a new dumbass look like? Because I understand the point that if you don't interact with the technology, you will get left behind. Your job will shift. And one day they will ask you, do you know or have the capabilities of using something like a ChatGPT or a Copilot or whatever the case may be? And you're going to need to know your way around prompting, right? No matter what your job is. But who becomes the new dumbass? And what does a new dumbass look like that is proficient in ChatGPT? What does the new dumbass look like when they have no internet connection?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Imagine you hired a damn prompt engineer that knows how to ask the best of questions. But when it comes to old school researching, digging for answers when the Wi-Fi's down, which still happens in 2025, what do they do? What do they do? When it comes to, you know what, ChatGPT is just not giving us the answers that we need. How do they brainstorm? With what brain? The brain over the next 100 years is finna shrink significantly, it feels.
Yeah.
And I think the people who adapt are the ones who go far. So
Nah, for sure.
yeah, adapt or die. What's his name? Rakim. Rakim had this lyrics. I'm lying. I don't even listen to Rakim. I stole this from Hove. Jay-Z.
Alrighty, I think that'll go ahead and finalize that one. That man said Rakim, Baby Chief do it. Did he start shaking his head? He was like, he don't even know who this is. What am I doing? He gonna lose interest. I saw this meme in the midst of all this, and this guy named Adrian Bliss gives us a vision of what the future may look like that is heavily reliant upon AI.
What a raw and moving 900-page novel. You really have a knack for writing. Would you like to create more art? A song? Wonderful. What would you like it to be about? Wow, you're so talented. I can tell you poured your heart and soul into this one. Let's hear it.
My brain is salt now. My brain has time to stop now. Computers did my thinking now. My brain has time to stop.
What is the new dumbass moving forward is the question I must ask. Hey, Baby Chief Do It. Shout out to you. Want to see you win. I hope your team is having a conversation with you around why some people may, and maybe you don't even give a shit, by why some people may look at what you just said as a travesty to an art form that people have been trying to aggressively kill off. They've been trying to dumb it down so much. They've been trying to rob it of any resources and any ingredients and any DNA that is so cultured that someone outside the culture wouldn't be able to understand it. They've been trying to decode it. They're using AI to try to decode some of the nuance and the languages that are shared within members of the culture. And they're finding ways to have us add to these conversations in this big ass brain of AI. But damn it, tell your story. If this was a young dude that just so happened to not have his platform, I'd be like, just tell your story. It's amazing to use these tools. God gave us some of these tools and the devil gave us some of these other tools. You choose, you figure out which one it is. But you got some of these tools and they're here to help us speed the process up. But also, I don't think everything needs to be sped up. I think that speed is overrated. I think that there are certain things that are meant to be special in the creation process. There's a certain amount of tension that comes from being frustrated with the process that builds up strength. It builds up mental strength. it makes you just that much more better of a creative years and years into doing this. This is how you'll be in a position to look at that technology and say, even if it goes away, or even if it shifts, because ChatGPT 5 is not the same ChatGPT 4 model that we had already. That's already shifted. If that happens to change, will I be okay? And I worry about some artists that are so heavily reliant upon this technology that they can't do without it, because it's not that challenging to tell your story. It's not that challenging to rhyme words either. But Lord have mercy. DIYers, what are you thinking? Is this such a big deal? Is this something that really should even be news? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments.